Hi, I'm Evan of Evan Photography and the creator of Photomamas, and I wanted to give you a quick video today that'll teach you some of my most dramatic techniques for how to create better photos in your everyday life. I have such a heart for moms of whether you have kids or grandkids or even fur babies. I have a heart to teach you a little bit more about how to take better photos so you don't delete them. You get a dark picture and you delete it. You actually get a good photo and want to keep that memory to look back on. I have heard from even dads who have gotten great tips from our window light video, and I wanted to offer some more tips for you that will dramatically improve your photos. One of those tips is on window light. I know we've discussed a little bit about window light if you followed any of our stuff before, but right now, window light, if you haven't heard, it is a softer light. It is more flattering and can give definition to the features. I love, love, love using window light in my natural light photography professionally and also for my own kids. When I go into someone's home for a professional photo shoot even, I will look for the best spots in their home to take pictures, or even if we're on location somewhere, I look for the best light in any situation, and that's where we go. So if you're shooting inside of your home, or if you're at a friend's birthday party, you want to get better photos of the food, or your kids playing together, take them over closer to the window light. It dramatically improves the photos. It can lighten up your pictures, give you less grain in a photograph, and even for iPhone, this will greatly help your iPhone. I do not have a bright kitchen, and my husband hears me talk about this all the time, and I love taking pictures of food, which is, you know, we do that, and we post it on Instagram, but I love taking pictures of recipes that I'll make for our family or different things that I cook, because it is rare that I do it, so when I do, I want to take a picture of it. So when I take pictures of even food that I cook in my own kitchen, I take it over near the window light, which is usually where our little sitting area is, or sometimes I'll even go on our back patio and get good natural light out there, and that is how I get dramatically better photos. Try this with your camera or your iPhone, and it will help so much. On the iPhone 7 Plus, you have the portrait mode, and this will really help that portrait mode take a sharp photo and make your photos look amazing, and people will think you took it with your really nice camera. So these are some tips that I can offer to you that will immediately help you take more flattering photos. When you go to the window, let me give you one tip specifically. When you take someone over to the window light, don't put them directly facing the window. That gives all the same light. You can do like a 45-degree angle. Don't get out your little protractor and try to measure it. Just take them at a 45-degree angle, gives a little bit of shadow, gives a little bit more definition, and is very soft and flattering. You're not going to get really harsh circles like you would if you're out in bright sun. So try this. It is so much fun. One of my favorite things that I look back on as a memory with my own kids was when my son, who's now a lot older, but when he was a baby, he was in his pack and play, and he was in our kitchen area, which I just told you is not very good with light. It's very dark. He was in the pack and play, and I was in the kitchen doing dishes, and I was, you know, over near him, and there were toys all in his pack and play, and he was laughing in a great mood, and that's when you take the photos. We're in a great mood. And he was in a great mood and laughing, and I thought, oh, I want to capture this, but I grabbed my camera and the light was just awful. And so what did I do? I pulled the pack and play over to the back door near our patio where our better light is, and it was awesome, and the colors were more vibrant. He was happy and smiling. It was a softer light on his little baby features, and I just tickled and took a picture, and that went down, tickle, took a picture. It went back and forth, and he was laughing and I was laughing, and that is one of my favorite photos of him, and it was a wonderful moment that I remember. But I do remember having to move the situation a little bit to get the photo better, but I'm not going to delete it. If I'd taken it in a darker area, I would have deleted a photo, and that's my main thing for you all. Is I know when you get a dark photo, even if it's a good memory, you're like, oh, I gotta delete it, or I'm not gonna keep that one. What I want for you is when you get a moment that you've captured that you're wanting to get of your kid, that it's not professional, that it's of your time together, I want you to keep it. I want you to not roll your eyes and delete it right away. I want you to say, oh my goodness, that was that moment. It doesn't have to be edited. It doesn't have to be perfect. but what it does have to be is one that you want to treasure and keep. So let's get it brighter, get it lighter, one that you want to keep around and remember that moment together. So let's work on that. Let's get our photos a little bit brighter. Another way you can do this with your nice professional camera is with ISO. If you have not learned about ISO, this is one tip that will enhance your photos so well. You can change your ISO depending on if you're outside or inside, and it will really make a difference. If you remember back in the day, some of you might not remember back in the day, but I remember back in the day when we had film at 100, 200, 400, 800, and if I was gonna be at somebody's birthday party, I'd go and get my 800 film. If I was gonna be outside, you know, playing with my friends, I was gonna be at ISO 100. So that is kind of how you can remember. If you do remember film, that's kind of how you can remember the scale. But also we offer a free cheat sheet, which we'll give you at the end of this video, that you can download for yourself to have a visual for how the scale looks. But ISO, what it is ISO is sensitivity to light and noise in a photograph. So when you change your settings, if you're telling the camera you want to set it at ISO 100, that means it's a bright situation, and so you're telling your camera do not take in a lot of light. If you're setting it at ISO 800, you're saying it's a bit of a dark situation here. We need to bring in more light to our camera. So think of it that way. For instance, if you're outside of the playground with your kids, or you're at the dog park playing around with your friends and all your dogs, it's a bright sunny day, everybody's kind of squinty, you want to set your ISO to 100 or 200 if there are a few clouds, and that way you're telling your camera we do not need a lot of light in here. So if you're ever taking a photo and it's really blown out, that is what will happen. Now you set your ISO to 800, say you're inside at a friend's birthday party, you might even go up to ISO 1600 or higher depending on your camera, how far it'll let you go. You can go to ISO 800 or 1600. So if you've ever been inside for someone's birthday party, or trying to take photos of your kids eating or playing, or just hanging out at a restaurant, you want to take photos of your food, anything like that, or in your dark kitchen, if you want to take photos of anything darker, then what you're going to do is set your ISO to 800, and what that does is tell your camera, we need more light in here. Can you give me some more light? And it'll really brighten up your photos. So when I learned this tip back in the day, this changed things for me. It helped so much. You can do ISO, you can put it on auto in your camera, which is probably what most of your cameras are set on right now, and that's fine, but your computer can only guess so well. And also, you have your own opinion. You might like your photos a little bit darker than others. I have a friend, she's a photographer, she likes her photos a little bit darker than mine, so her ISO would be set a little bit differently. There is no perfect situation for any of it. It's all about how you want it. So if you take the shot and it's a little bit too dark, go ahead, change that ISO and brighten it up a little bit. Now I will tell you, when you go to a higher ISO, like an 800 or 1600, it does add a little bit more grain in the photograph, but a lot of photographers these days like a little bit of grain. And if you did get too much, if you're at your child's dance recital and it was really scratchy and grainy, there are programs like Lightroom where you can take the grain or noise out of the photo, which we can talk about later. You feel free to message me on that, but it is a really easy fix, but honestly it's not something to worry about. So my main goal for you all is to teach you tips that help you to capture better photos that you actually enjoy. One of my favorite things about doing this project is the Photomamas Masterclass that we've done. My sister watched it. She is not the photographer in a family. Obviously, I am. And so I do the photos for all of our family shoots. So she just has an iPhone. And the course that she took, yes, it covers a lot about technique for professional cameras. She has learned so much and keeps texting me pictures of my nephews, and has gotten so much better at taking photos just on her phone even, and it has brought me so much joy, because I cannot be there for her everyday moments. I cannot be there for your everyday moments. Your favorite photographer cannot be there for all those moments, but you are there, and you know what you want to capture. Is it that little smirk that your kid gives you when they get, run out the door to school? Is that face that they make make when they get to the bottom of the slide? Is it your dog running to you when you get home from work? Any of those moments that you want to capture, you can do that, and I want to teach you how to just do it better, that you can enjoy the photos and have them for years and years to treasure. So that is my heart in all of this, that what I've learned most of all is that a photo, you can't take it with you. You know, when this is all over, we can't take it with us. But what a photo does is makes you look at things from a different perspective, and that is what this course teaches you. It takes you how to look at photos and moments at a different perspective, capture those moments and keep them and cherish them, to be thankful for them in our everyday. You are not to compare to other people's pictures. Oh, look how much better they are. You can always want to get better and always learn more, but your everyday moments are yours and they're for you to treasure. So let's teach you how to capture them better and keep them for all time. So I really hope this has encouraged you. I hope the window light and the ISO techniques will also bring you a lot of skill and help to dramatically improve your photos. You can also check us out on Photomamas Instagram and Facebook. We offer quick tips for how to do better in taking pictures, so you can offer little tips to just keep practicing in it. You can also get our Go Photo challenges and use the hashtag #GoPhotoMamas. That way we can see what you're taking pictures of and celebrate you, and you get that moment that you're like, look what I did, it's so much better. So we want to celebrate with you and see those moments that you are capturing. Most importantly, we also have a Photomamas Masterclass that you can find out about on photomamas.com, and this is where I go into a lot more detail on window light, ISO, aperture, shutter speed, and for those of you with just an iPhone, we talk about being on eye level, for having things in the foreground and background of your photos that help tell a story more. All of these things to help you take better photos of your everyday life and the kids in it. I hope you enjoy everything that we're doing here at Photomamas, and I can't wait to see and celebrate all that you accomplish. Thanks for watching.